Hey, what's up, y'all? We're back again. This is episode 7, and we got a couple of movies, but these movies are by Mario Van Peebles, so this next part of Blaxploitation is going to be about him.
Melvin, the Groove Pavement
Podcast, talk show, and movie review,
where we break down the blaxploitation era, the cinematic genre, the exploitation of the black culture and experience through film and media.
We'll also dive into the cast, the subgenres, the TV shows, and the music.
Outside of the films, we'll view some critical signs of the time and what these stories meant then and now, from entertainment to society to economics.
The Groove Pavement.
Can you dig it, sweet mama?
Dig it.
Hey, what's up, y'all? We got a movie we're going to talk about today. This is the directorial debut by Mario Van Peebles, The Story of 3 Day Pass. What's up, y'all? I am Shawn Strong.
And I am Decarius McClearn.
And this is The Groove Pavement. And before we start this movie, we want to make sure you guys check out our YouTube. Make sure you subscribe.
Like, share.
And share again. Tell your peoples to tell your peoples. And our Facebook page, make sure you like and share and comment, and on Instagram, and we'll soon be on SoundCloud where you get the audio version of these podcasts. All right, so let's get into this movie, The Story of the 3 Day Pass by Mario Van Peebles.
Melvin Van Peebles.
Well, let's talk about him real quick, just a little bit about him.
Well, Mario is the son of Melvin Van Peebles. You know Mario Van Peebles from...
Am I saying Mario?
Yeah, you keep saying Mario.
This is about Melvin Van Peebles. I'm sorry, I get them mixed up, man. He should have named them different letters, started with a different letter. Teddy Van Peebles or something. But yeah, my bad. Melvin Van Peebles, the father. This is father. Just like before, we talked about Robert Downey.
Yeah,
Everybody
Robert Downey
the
Jr.,
son.
Robert Downey Sr. So,
all right, this movie, Story of a 3 Day Pass, directorial debut of Melvin Van Peebles. So let's talk about Melvin Van Peebles real quick.
Melvin Van Peebles is a trailblazer.
Yeah.
I respect his grind and what he had to go through. Funny story about how he even got over to France. He was trying to shop some short movies that he did for Hollywood. And he wanted to be a director in Hollywood, and instead of them giving him an opportunity to be a director in Hollywood, they offered him an elevator operator job, and that's why he made himself go over, or he had the opportunity to go over to France, and what he did was he started to become a writer, a novelist. So he actually wrote several French language novels, and by law over in France, you can be admitted into the Directors Guild if you're a novelist.
So he had to do it right.
So he wrote, and he was able to apply to get into the Directors Guild. And one of his movies is the directorial debut. One of his movies, La Permission. We know it as the 3 Day Pass. That's how it came into being. It was based off a French novel that he wrote.
Yeah.
So here's an American black man who's making a French film.
Yeah, and then it also shows you the undermining of black men who want to be more than just service.
Absolutely.
To the production companies, and that happened a lot, and it took a lot and a long time for us to even be put in those type of positions above the line and stuff like that.
Yeah, to shame Hollywood.
Yeah,
into doing that.
Mm-hmm. So he's like, and he was over there for like 8 years.
Absolutely.
So he also learned the language. He learned a lot of the different styles, and the mannerisms, and you can see that too. Also, I saw it too in a little bit in his later films that we're going to talk about. I think one of your favorite movies because Sweetback.
Yeah.
But this movie. The style of it, he took on the French New Wave style, which is really choppy editing. There's also using the style of breaking the fourth wall, where you actually the talent looks at the camera as, because usually you got the side and the back where they're in the film world. So now when you're talking into the camera, you're breaking the fourth wall. So now that you're including the audience into the film world. So he doing a lot of that, and the editing style is very, very jumpy. And the French Wave, they did that a lot of stuff because a lot of their movies were politically based, religious based, and they would throw these subliminal messages in there. So you'll see this in this movie, and this movie is also black and white. It's a black and white film. And the we don't know the actors too much. Harry
Baird and Nicole Berger. Harry Baird actually is a Guyanese Brit.
Yeah.
So he's a Guyanese Brit, and actually 3 Day Pass is his only starring role. Nicole Berger was, a popular French actress, and this is actually her last film. She died tragically in a car accident.
Wow. So this filming is, to me, it's more of style than there is story. Just the way that it works, I think it may be confusing to some people if they don't know any other international filming styles or cinema. But for his debut, it is a film, and some people will even, categorize this as experimental, because it's not really. I guess it's a drama.
It's a drama. I mean, the story is, and it is more style than story. I like how you described that. But, the gist of it is, Turner is a black soldier, black American soldier, over in France, and he gets promoted. Promoted to assistant orderly, right? He's getting ready to...
He gets higher up in his lowerness.
Yeah, so he gets promoted to assistant orderly, and he gets a 3-day pass. And during the 3-day pass, he meets a young French woman by the name of Miriam. And Miriam, he have a romantic weekend.
Yeah, it took him a minute, for him to find the right one.
Yeah.
In a sense. What I wish they probably do, but I wish they would have had subtitled.
Yeah.
This movie, because you get lost in dialogue. Yeah, that was a pun there. But anyways, yeah, so he hooks up with this girl, Miriam, but the thing is, you see a lot of their interaction.
It's very awkward.
Yeah, so...
Very awkward.
But yeah, I don't know where the story is. Okay, he has a 3-day pass, which should mean that you can go anywhere
and do what you want to do on your own time. But what he finds out as a black soldier in France is that the eyes are always watching.
Yeah, your free time is even limited.
Yeah, and the fact that he involved himself with a young French white woman.
How dare you?
How dare he? How dare he? And as a result of that, he loses the promotion that he was promised to get.
He's on probation.
Yeah,
pretty much. But yeah, I mean, you get a lot of the scenery. You get a feel of how the city looks and feels to be French, oui, and all that stuff. They drink a lot. They dance a lot. They like music. They dance off beat. But that's part of it,
Well, here's the thing. So Turner is he's a young man who wants to be confident. Yeah. He wants to be cool, but he has a ton of self-doubt, right? He's trying to fit into a society that he's not familiar with. And so what he does is he talks to himself in the mirror. And he engages in this conversation, and it starts out as him talking in the mirror, but after a while his reflection starts to talk back to him. If that cinematic device sounds familiar, Issa Rae utilizes it during the Insecure, series. So she does that a lot, where she'll be talking herself up, trying to gain confidence, but then after a while that reflection starts talking to her. And if anybody wants to know what that's called catoptrament or scrying. So basically what that is divination through mirrors. And it's a cinematic device that is used a lot. Quick fact, Nostradamus, that's the way he used to predict the future. You know, so scrying was like you either use some glass or a crystal ball and or some type of or water, some type of reflective surface, and then you engage in gazing.
The Alchemist.
Yeah.
Another point I was thinking about too is like, you know, from a director's point of view, if America is the superpower, right?
Yeah.
So we must be looked at as a certain way higher up. So maybe his coolness is showing that in a sense where that confidence that America has. And then when he gets into this town, the French city, and into the bar, because he changes up his style a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, so in a sense, I guess his empowerment, because he's a black man, he's an American in a sense, but he's still undermined by his superiors.
And then the other thing is, last episode I talked about how racism is portable. Well, so is your baggage.
Fanny pack.
So is your inferiority complex. And so he has that duality going on. You know, he's American. He must feel like the big man on campus, but you know,
Yeah, son.
in his country, it's not that way.
Word up, son. Let's roll that, son. Know what I mean?
I wonder if I'll get it.
You'll get it. Yeah, you're pretty sure to get it. Not bad. Uncle Tom? Yeah, you, Uncle Tom. Handkerchief head.
I'm due for promotion. Why not me?
A lot of the other colored guys have been waiting longer than you for a promotion.
Somebody had to get promoted. Why not me?
Why not you? Why you? Because you're the captain's new good colored boy. You're the captain's Uncle Tom, baby.
I'm not the captain's Uncle Tom.
Well, anyway, he thinks you are his Uncle Tom. He trusts you. And you know what the captain means by trust. If he can't trust you, boy...
I'll bust you or any other man I find I can't trust.
Because it confirms
His
insecurity.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know what shakes him up later on, because when we see him walking, you ever I think some people do it too. Like you feel a certain way, but then when you walk in front of a whole bunch of other people, you may lose a step. You lose a stride in your step.
Well, he's had a series of awkward interactions with people, you know, and a lot of those awkward interactions will knock the cool out of you.
Yeah.
It will. It really will. Like you walk out of the house thinking you are a certain way. I remember I had this outfit.
Oh boy.
At NFA. I had this outfit, and I just knew. I knew I was killing it. Man, when I got to school, they burned me up the whole day.
Damn, B.
So he knocked the cool, all them jokes, knocked the cool right out of my whole swagger. So
And it wasn't Babyface.
yeah, it wasn't there.
All right, so and then his superior, this is in the beginning, folks, and his superior, and they're using the breaking the fourth wall in some of these, especially this sequence, when they actually could have just had him talking to Turner, which I think they should have done. I think they were, I don't know what his budget on this movie was, but anyways, they didn't do a lot of coverage.
No.
Which why that dance scene was the way it was too. So his superior, I forget his name, Sergeant Tackleberry. That's Police Academy. What cute that is. It's in the wrong movie. Black folks will never have it together. Hal Brab, which is Turner's captain, he pretty much tries to put trust into him, making sure that he does the right thing because, one, he's giving him a promotion. And he wants him to be that good old boy that he should be in his place.
Yeah, it's a condescending trust.
Condescending.
Yeah, it's one of those, you know, I trust you, but I'm watching you.
A commander must know this about his men. The way a man handles himself in daily life is a good indication of the soldier's performance in battle. No man is an island unto himself. A commander must work through his officers. It's a good commander's duty to know that he can trust his junior officers and non-coms. In these troubled times, it's a sacred duty. I have misplaced my confidence sometimes. But the minute I see that my confidence in a soldier is misplaced, I don't hesitate to admit my mistake. What happens to you boys over here? You seem to go wild or something. If a man will not behave as a true American soldier, he will never hold rank in this outfit.
So what he means by that is that you shouldn't be doing really nothing that I can't see you do.
Yeah.
In a sense.
And it smacks of stay in your place.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to be that uppity, Negro.
Yeah, even though I'm raising you up, don't get uppity.
And the 3-day pass is, hey, good, you got your weekend, enjoy yourself. We're in the service. You need some time to relax and, this year, get a little bit of downtime, recharge and stuff.
And really what he's doing is during that 3-day pass is nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, it's not like he went and harassed a bunch of people or anything like that. He really should be able to meet a woman on his own.
Yeah, maybe you should get some release.
Yeah. Hey,
you get some French toast. All right. So he meets up with Miriam, nice young lady. I think she was number 3.
Yeah, number 2 or 3.
Yeah.
His whatever he was doing was not working in the bar.
Yeah, and it was these cafes, they dance and stuff. It was pretty cool. So Turner is just really trying to fit in, like it was mentioned, and this, like we said, it's really not much story because it just shows you a lot of the experience that he's having, and there's not a lot of dialogue as far as any plot or any point of the movie. Like I say, if you know the French New Wave style, it's just a lot of, stuff that you're seeing. It's very visual, very choppy, subliminals and stuff like that. And this is where they first, they interact with each other.
See, by this time, you see that the shades are off, the raincoat's off, the swag is gone, his sunglasses are broken.
But he sees her.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, she takes the rest of that off. All right, be yourself.
And we know at this point now that they're going to have a rendezvous. I believe that's a French word, right?
Yeah, it is.
Oui. I know a little something about nothing. Dim the lights.
But look how awkward this is.
He's
nice. It seems like he has 2 left feet.
Dancing to the atmosphere more than you.
Yeah. You're making us look bad, man. You got more rhythm than that.
Look at that chin, boy. That's a strong chin. He chewed a lot of peanut butter in his day.
No?
What? What he's saying is like, I want to hit it, right?
I think he's asking her how much.
You gotta change for a 40.
Which is highly inappropriate.
But she was like, no. But she's still hugging him.
Yeah.
So what you doing later? You wanna come to my crib? Sure. What you wanna do?
I hear Haitians say comment allez-vous a lot. What does that say?
I wanna come to your butt.
Quelle heure, Phil?
So you know I'm black, right? And I got time. You got time? What?
11h05.
Mm-hmm. You know what time it is. Let's do one more dance, girl.
Elle est 7 hours and 5.
You speak English.
I speak a little English. A few words.
Good. Now you can help me with my French.
Day drinking, talking, and then you got these guys and let's play. And there's a lot of cuts and edits that comes out of nowhere. You know,
it goes from intimate to awkward.
Yeah.
It kind of shifts back and forth with that.
So maybe that's in sync with how he is.
Yeah.
And feels. Here comes another one. And this right here, folks, to me, it just stood out to me. That one camera, it was like, listen, we ain't turning this around. We got too much junk in the back. So what y'all gonna do is go in front of this camera, go to the left. Now we're gonna have her
come back.
Yes, we just feel like you're dancing with me now. Yeah, because she's looking at me. Oh, we need you back, Turner. Smile. Show them teeth, boy.
He's getting more confident.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, you can go out. Yeah, come back in. All right. And she's like, that was the silliest crap I ever did. Where's my cigarette at?
He's trying to get his cool back.
Mm-hmm. See, cuts just come out, scenes just come out of nowhere. And then they can have this driving scene that lasts for like 9 minutes. And then you get these random stills
of her legs.
Yeah, so from the point of view, you must be the driver checking her out. You want this 9 minutes to be 2 minutes because he got some things on his mind. She done drunk a little bit. We by ourselves, stretching out. She wearing boots.
But if he's not careful, he's gonna run off the road.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if he fully understands everything, but it don't matter. They're gonna understand each other in about eight more minutes. So this is a totally different style than American film style. American cinema, up to even up to recent times, has always been linear filmmaking. This is random and sporadic editing and sequences and stuff.
But Melvin has had his hand in a lot of this, a lot of the components of the movie. Melvin has worn several hats, and that includes the music.
Yes.
He's composed the music as well. So a lot of things that he did, I mean, we got to give him his props, to be able to do all of what he did going into the film.
Yeah, and to be pushed in these situations because, he felt that his country didn't help him out, in a sense. It didn't hold him up for, and that's what he was there. He thought he was, he deserved to be in the position that he wanted. Why couldn't I direct my own film?
And it's crazy that a man that talented has to go away from home base only to be rediscovered by home base. He had to really leave and take that risk. And
on a small scale, that's same thing with artists. A lot of times you got to go outside your home area in order to get really exposure, because your people who are closest to you don't see how great you are because they've been so close to you. Yeah. So it's hard to see your greatness right next to you. And then when you do start to glow, and then you be received different. And then they felt that you're changed, and also it seemed like he got a little bit of bitterness because, I don't want to call it bitterness, but, he...
Well, there's definitely an angst there.
Yeah.
There's definitely an angst. And he really used that angst not to paralyze him, but it propels him forward.
Feels he can do whatever he wants. Ask his son.
So he had to make the rules, because when he tried to play by the rules, the game discarded him. Yep. So he went ahead and, I'm going to go to another country and I'm going to make it my own way. He's a rebel in that way.
Yeah. And there's not that many that I know of American filmmakers that filmed elsewhere in that other style, That's what I'm thinking. You know, that's one of the unique things. And then to come back home and also throw a little bit of, you know, doses of that actual style into his own filmmaking in American
and
cinema.
and to be able to think on many levels in making a film, like music-wise, directorially, and then writing, producing. So he's wearing several hats, and his fingerprints are all over just about every aspect of the movie.
Yeah, he got his fingerprints in Sweetback, too.
Yeah, well,
Dun-dun-dun.
a little more than that. DNA, too.
All right, we'll my so they finally, you know, after driving for 9 minutes, scene-wise, they finally get to their destination, and it seems like he even got a little slack trying to get a room with a white female. But when they get there, the editing style shows itself in this too, because I guess they did the music afterwards, so you can see how it's in sync with their action, the blocking in this.
See, to me, it's kind of like they're intimate. They obviously like each other, but it's really about how they break down the barriers with each other.
Yeah, with these.
But this is weird.
Meaningless. Yeah, because it doesn't show you what they're looking at and or why. But I think it was blocking wise. Hey, we need you by the window.
But maybe what they're pointing to is inconsequential to what they actually want to do with each other.
But still, in film, if you show it on film, it has to have a point. It has, you know, for them to do that, it should have some meaning to the film. Maybe it's blocking purposes, I'm thinking, you know, to show be by the light. And now she's gonna brush her dirty mouth because she's been drinking, and he's sitting there waiting, and he's excited, folks. He's about to, you know, make things happen. He's about to have his first slice of French toast. He's thinking about different ways he can go at it. You know what?
But this is not unlike, I mean, especially when it's new territory. That might be changes that guys go through that they just don't want to admit to.
I don't know about all that.
Well, you know, we get over the awkwardness though. We get over the rejection. We get over that, you know. It becomes more seamless as we do it.
And the other thing too, this may be the first
encounter.
Yes, with someone outside their race.
Yeah. So all of that is adding to
this buildup.
Yeah. There's definitely a buildup here.
Hey, look, this is a window. Oh, it has a light. It is? Oh, shoot. You like that window? Oh, look at those lips. I know you want my lips on your lips.
See, everybody has felt that tension.
Because I'm wearing a turtleneck inside. Ooh. But this next one, though.
That was less awkward than the...
Taste my spit.
Than the Jungle Fever kiss.
Oh, God. Where's that bag? I'm ready, folks.
See how the preconceived notions, what's deep here is the preconceived notions, the cultures, experiences can add to barriers between male and female.
Oh, they said love conquers all. They both want each other. And it's so funny that we rub each other's noses.
Yeah, love conquers all, but lust goes through walls.
Yeah, well, let's go into what we were thinking. Look at my edge up, y'all.
He has an attractive white woman in his arms, a French woman at that.
He feels he's gonna get knighted after this night.
Yeah, look at the sense of accomplishment in his mind.
Prestige, like
look at that.
Came up. He the one that put prints on these collared shirts. You see this? Shirt look like a curtain. Yeah. Fred Sanford.
If that's a blouse, you can get at H&M now.
Matching socks. To me,
See?
he felt like that's going to be a major accomplishment for him to get his first French woman. Well, let's go into what she's thinking. In my mind, this is what I thought of you guys.
Yeah, this is very interesting here. Like I said, this smacks of Warner Brothers cartoons back in the day. The kind we can't watch now.
Saturday cartoons. Mind you, folks, these are supposed to be, I believe they try to make them as Africans.
Yeah.
But they wearing socks. And their knee high.
I mean, think about those old Bugs Bunny commercials that you used to see back in the day when they were depicting black people.
And also, again, the birth of a nation. When you think about that, they think that this was what black men want. You see those socks, folks?
Yeah, so.
You know, we're just.
And why does he have
animals?
The bone. The bone is killing me.
In his afro. But you see that smile? To me, she wants to be conquered.
But that's it. So they have their own their thoughts are clashing as well as their bodies. So it's very interesting.
To me, it's Van Peebles having a look into what these individuals thought they were conceiving themselves as. You know, this thoughts. If he gets this woman, it's gonna be like a highlight for him. He conquered as a black man, and we have all these race wars going on. He's going, you know, he achieved something. This is his prestigious success.
That's the backdrop of his American. That's that double consciousness there. The backdrop of his American experience is that, you know, he probably would have way more problems or more issues than he would have ever had in France. So, you know, he's actually amazed with himself. I accomplished this and nobody broke my window.
And you see, he did handstands and everything when she went to the bathroom. And she thought, like, you know, probably she was told that they're all animals, thugs. They just want to rape us and stuff like that. And she's like, really?
This is less primal than she anticipated.
Yeah. So, and after they do actually get to the point where they become intimate, there's going to be these sequences, like I mentioned, with the French film style. They put in a lot of things, you know, like we see here. Whoa.
There's a lot going on with the music.
And she's happy. She, you know, the results are in. For him, too. It was okay. He is not disappointed. They are not disappointed with each other. You know, and it's all black and white, folks.
But pay attention to the imagery.
Yeah, you got the war.
Outside of them, see a dead man here. And
he's not even on the stretcher correctly. It's like sideways. Broken.
Yeah, go back to the jungle.
Yeah, and then he's like, you know what? I'm up here, buddy. Y'all keep talking that war stuff. I got your woman. He's like, yeah.
It's kind of like, you know, thumbing his nose at the, you know, the larger society, like saying, yeah, you know, you said I can't, but here I am.
So yeah, there's a lot of subliminal messages being thrown there. Some darts throwing. You know, you got the black guy, white woman, and you know, inside that room, they don't care about everything, you know, that's going on. But in their heads, there's all these things that they thought was, you know, why is it such of a problem? And, you know, the filmmaking, the way the processing, the editing, it's going to make us think multiple things. Like, you may think something different, you know, like you were saying, you know, you're coming at a different thought process, or I'm thinking of it as like, because of the editing style that the French use, I'm, you know, it's just a lot going on with the race, the color barrier, war.
Well, it's an interesting French film in the sense of, in order to understand I guess the art of Melvin Van Peebles, you have to understand his angst. Mm-hmm. The angst is, what he saw was very prohibitive. He grew up in a society where even the art was basically boxing people in. He didn't see black men in a powerful position. He didn't see them as being somebody that was someone's love interest. They were always, scared, subservient. So everything that pissed him off growing up as a child, it seems like it spilled into his art.
Yep.
So he's taking that Black American experience and putting the French New Wave style over it. That's the only way I could describe it.
Yeah, and it's definitely different. It's definitely creative. It's art, like we're saying, and and the message that you can put in art can beautify or it can be uglified depending on those who see it. That's just like if you put an art piece up, and I mentioned this before. We talked about Sweetback. It's just as if you put a black penis up and fists as the testicles. For him, it's just that's his stance. This is my picture that I want to paint. What you look and see, maybe something else, but this is my strength. This is what I paint. And,
Art is probably the safest place where you can actually provoke people.
Yeah, I guess so.
Without much consequence, because there are some consequences.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
But you can provoke. Yeah.
Wow, there it goes right into it. But yeah, I mean, so yeah. Then afterwards, they look at each other's eyes. They see each other. They enjoy each other, and in this scene, he gets reminded of America by hearing a piece of a word.
Yeah. So what she did was, because there is a language barrier between Turner and Miriam, even though he is doing pretty good to learn French. She notices that his French needs work, and if you know anything about French, the French people, they don't really have a lot of tolerance for people that don't know the language. They expect you, even as a tourist, to at least know some. So if you want to annoy a French person, try talking to them in English first. So she says, well, you know what? I'm going to take it easy on him. I like him. Let's go to a Spanish restaurant.
Yeah, why not?
Je vais jouer une chanson pour señorita ojos grandes.
Calls him big blue eyes.
What?
He calls him Negrito.
Oh, shoot, Negrito. All right, we ain't having that. I'm about to give you a slice of his ass with him.
So he's triggered.
I'm a person.
So he's triggered by Negrito, but he's also in a different country.
Yeah.
So he's triggered by that because it sounds too much like nigga.
Yeah. And Negrito over there is a little different than nigga over here.
Yeah.
It's a light version. Real light. I mean they still have racism over there, just like everywhere else.
Spain's racism is deep. It really is. They don't even like to. Spaniards like to look at their family tree, but as Paul Mooney said, they don't like to shake it. Because if they shake it, a black person will fall out. And they don't like that.
Italians were spawned from niggas.
He was trying to explain to her why that was offensive to him.
Pourquoi vous êtes-vous battu?
Et le commence. He started it.
Mais qu'est-ce qu'il a fait? What did he do?
He said something to me. You heard him?
Non, j'ai rien entendu de méchant. I did not hear something wrong. Je parle mal espagnol, mais...
En anglais. He said it in English.
Mais non, j'ai pas entendu parler anglais. J'ai rien entendu.
PTSD.
And that's really what it is. It's his insecurity.
Nigger? Est-ce que c'est mal?
Oui.
Mais pourquoi?
Beaucoup de raisons. Lots of reasons.
Mais il m'a appelé grands yeux. Big eyes.
He meant that as a compliment.
Mais non, il a simplement voulu dire qu'il allait chanter une chanson pour grands yeux et Monsieur Noir. For ojos grandes, señor negrito. For big eyes and blackie.
Huh, I knew it. I knew he was calling me black. Just savais ça.
No. No, y a pas de sous-entendu. It did not mean anything.
I'll bash his face in.
No, please, go back to the hotel. Please, rentrons à l'hôtel. Si.
So we see that
rentrons.
he got some type of way when he heard the word negrito. And, so all that love and stuff, I guess he knows that this 3 days is coming up. It's about to end.
And then he said something, please go back and look at this film. It really, just from an educational standpoint. He says something to her, and that's a Black American hang-up. He says, how could somebody calling you black be a compliment? He said that to her. Because she was trying to figure out, well, what did he say that was so wrong?
Right.
But back in the day, when black people called each other, if you wanted to be pejorative in any way, you would say black. And they'd be like, don't call me black, I'm a Negro. Black was fighting words. So he has that baggage coming over to there, and that doesn't always translate to understanding for other cultures. Because all he was doing was just, all the Spanish gentleman was doing was describing him.
Yeah.
But he took offense to that.
Yeah.
Does it sound too much like the other word?
Yeah. All right, and so as his 3 days, his pass, his recreation is wrapping up, he's on the beach and his boys come,
So-called boys.
Yeah, and they're, wherever they are, he's there too. They're the same distance away from whatever base they're supposed to be stationed at.
Also on a pass. They have a pass.
So we're going to get a sense of how this actually comes down on him mentally and everything else. These are the bookends of all that fun. This is the racism that he feels are the bookends of the fun that he
Just
had.
a little Sunday sightseeing. Thought we'd take a look at the ocean.
You had the same idea, huh?
Yep.
You're rather a long way from home.
No further than any of you guys.
Well, I'd like to give you a lift back to the base in the car with us.
No thanks, I got my own car here. Anyway, I don't have to be back until Monday morning.
Go ahead.
You on duty Mondays now?
Yep, every Monday.
Captain has just made turn a temporary assistant orderly.
Hey, congratulations.
Mr. Lucky here. He's been free since Friday. Captain gave him a 3-day pass, too.
I've just been using my pass to get some good, clean, lazy living in. That is, till you guys came along.
Hey, let's go, fellas. Never disturb a man in his rest.
Yeah.
My daddy told me that.
Yeah, there's nothing else to do in this one-horse place but rest.
Makes a nice change.
Just hold that blank shot for me.
You guys, this is a friend.
Stand up.
Miriam. Miriam, these are some of the guys from the base.
Hello. Je suis heureuse. I am pleased to meet you. It is a beautiful day today. Vous voulez que nous allions prendre une tasse de café? Hein? On va prendre une tasse de café?
We gotta be getting along.
Yeah, the captain didn't give us a
Watch how long they
we
hold
don't
this
have
shot
3-day
after they leave frame.
We'll let you get back to your thing, but we'll tell everybody we saw you.
Sure they will. All right, stay there. We're not gonna cut yet. Yeah, so this plays into how he feels now at this point that his other boys or the other Americans see him as as a black man entertaining a white female who is into him. No problems, nothing, no static.
Yeah. See,
I guess I just lost my...
He comes to that conclusion.
Before it even comes.
Yeah.
Before it even happens.
They'll tell the captain they saw us.
Uh-huh.
They'll tell the captain they saw me with you.
They're snitching there. If anybody, black people who are watching this right now or will watch this, understand that part of the black experience is waiting for the shoe to drop, especially in certain environments like corporate America.
Yeah.
So you see the friends come over and they act friendly, and everything that they're saying has a tinge of passive aggressiveness to it. There's a tinge of envy. There's a tinge of, like people are saying something, but they mean something else.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what your life is. So like you don't want to be you don't want to be paranoid, but it would be wise for you to be a little cautious. And so when they discover he's already, if you notice, he was already apprehensive, looking around, and then when old girl comes and Miriam comes, his worst fear is confirmed. Yeah. They're going to tell on me.
That comfort with her just went out the window.
They watch your life. They watch your pockets. They love watching black people's habits in the workplace. They love watching your pockets.
Yeah, you're making too much, son.
You're making too much, and you are fraternizing with the wrong people. They look at that as well, and I can speak from experience on that.
How do you get that woman? Why?
Exactly.
All right, so and that's pretty much the whole movie. It's just really a creative French New Wave style with some racial underlinings coming from Melvin Van Peebles. This is his directorial debut, black and white film. It's a creative film. You definitely should check it out. If you Van Peebles, if you know the history of blaxploitation and his staple in it,
he's the man.
So you definitely should check out his first film. Yeah, and he did the music as well.
Yeah, he made me one of the things that came to mind with Turner's insecurities. His internal struggle as he, kind of steps outside of himself and gets he gets with this French white lady. It's W.E.B. Du Bois' Souls of Black Folks. And they talk about the double consciousness. And I wanted to read a quote.
Let's read that quote then, brother.
It says, "It's a peculiar sensation, this double consciousness, the sense of always looking at oneself through the eyes of others, of measuring one's soul by the tape of a world that looks on in amused contempt and pity. Remember, that's how those three guys were looking at him. Amused contempt and pity until the white lady showed up. One ever feels his two-ness, a Negro, two souls, two thoughts, two unreconciled strivings, two warring ideals in one dark body, whose dogged strength alone keeps it from being torn asunder." That's what I thought about when I watched Turner. That whole struggle, as much as it is a dated type of project, that is something that we very much still feel today. So go check that film out.
Yeah, definitely should. Okay, and next week we're we're still gonna stay with Melvin Van Peebles for a couple movies. The Father. This, like I said, this is his directorial debut. He did a couple more that we're gonna make mention that has to do with the blaxploitation era. Next we're gonna be doing Sweetback's
Badass Song.
Yeah, that's what they say. All right, and that's gonna be an interesting flick. If y'all haven't seen it, check it out. We would like for y'all to comment on what y'all thought of this movie if you have seen it, and about us, about this episode, and anything else. And about the racial tensions, if you ever had that experience going overseas or somewhere else. Let us know how you felt. Let us know why you're mad, son.
We would love to know. Yeah.
So go to our Facebook page, Instagram, hit us up on YouTube, whatever. Just like and subscribe. I'm your guy, your brother, Shawn Strong.
And I am Decarius McClearn.
And we got Duke over here in the corner who's messing around. You see his head? That's Duke of America. All right, this is The Groove Pavement. We out.
Right on.
The Groove Pavement. Podcast, talk show, and movie review.
Where we break down the blaxploitation era, the cinematic genre, the exploitation of the black culture and experience through film and media.
We'll also dive into the cast, the subgenres, the TV shows, and the music.
Outside of the films, we'll view some critical signs of the time and what these stories meant then and now, from entertainment to society to economics.
The Groove Pavement.
Can you dig it, sweet mama?
Dickhead.